Hello friends and welcome back to the channel. You know what time it is. It is update time in Marvel Contest of Champions, and I have everything you need to know about the January update in mcoc. Usually I say there are 6 or 7 things that I think you need to know about. However, January is absolutely packed with content, so there are actually going to be a few more than 6 or 7 things. Regardless, let's jump right in. Number 1 are the new champs that we're getting for January, Baron Zemo and Absorbing Man. These were revealed in the past few days, I think, by the official account. Now, Zemo was in the last few Summoner's Choice votes. Don't really think he gained enough traction ever to make enough noise or anything. But so we're getting him. He will be a skill champion. And then the other one is Absorbing Man. He is a Mystic champion. He is the first champion designed by my friend and alliance mate DLL. If you are not subscribed to DLL's channel, go give him a sub. He is awesome. I'm very excited for him. I can't even imagine how pumped he is to finally kind of put his mark on the game. So shout out to DLL. One thing I want to note about these 2 new champions is that they have a non-standard release schedule. So normally there is a 2-week break in between champion releases. These champions are actually going to be releasing back-to-back, or back-to-back weeks rather. So January 19th will be Absorbing Man. He's going to be out first, it looks like, and then Baron Zemo is going to be out the following week on January 26th. All right, number 2, you may recall a few months back that Kabam introduced a new difficulty level in like one of the side events, I think, and I think we kind of all assumed it was the test bed for what we would expect to be Thronebreaker difficulty. So starting this month, the EQ and side quests will have their difficulties renamed. The difficulty names are now going to match between quest types. So previously you had like epic difficulty in the side quest, which matched uncollected difficulty in the event quest, and then there was like legendary and cavalier. And for newer players, I think that was a bit confusing. So going forward, the difficulty levels are going to be consistent between the quest types. I'm really not sure why they went with this naming convention. So the difficulty levels are now going to be named threat level and then a number 1 through 5, where 1 is the easiest and 5 is the hardest. Really not sure why they went with this, because each threat level is targeted toward a progression level. So in threat level 1, you're targeting Proven, and then 5, it's Thronebreaker and Paragon. Why not just name the threat levels after the progression level that you are trying to target? I don't understand. Just name them Proven, Challenger, Conqueror. But I hope it is obvious to players which difficulty level is appropriate for them, but I guess we'll kind of find out. Number 3. Oh, baby, I hope you're sitting down because this one is a doozy. The Eternity of Pain is returning in January with a finale. You will be fighting all 16 of the Eternity of Pain bosses across 2 different paths, 2 separate exclusive paths. Oh, and also Nameless Thanos is going to be the boss. Oh, and the content is going to be permanent. Oh, and if that's not enough, it is also releasing with Carina's Challenges Volume 3, which will be entirely focused on Eternity of Pain acceptance. Man, I'm also assuming that there will be a special profile pick for finishing the Carina Challenges within a specific time frame, so that should be fun to do, assuming the profile picture is worthwhile. The last one was very cool, and I was happy to do the challenges in the time frame to get that. So this comes out January 18th. Man, I am really looking forward to this. I don't really know what to expect with these Carina challenges, because I feel like the solo objectives, especially some of the Paragon ones that we went through in previous Eternity of Pain months, were very difficult. I can't even imagine how challenging these are going to be, but either way, I'm looking forward to it. Number 4, if that wasn't enough content for you, we are also seeing the return of the Grandmaster's Gauntlet, which is, in my opinion, the single best piece of content that Kabam has ever released. Now, if you need a quick refresher on what's going on with this content, it originally came out like 1.5 years or 2 years ago or something like that as temporary content. They promised it would come back, but when it was re-released as permanent content, it mistakenly allowed people to go through and earn the full exploration rewards a second and sometimes a third time. So the quest was taken down until they figure out what to do with it. So the way it's going to work going forward is that it will require keys to enter and keys to obtain the rewards. They will be distributing keys to players based on the number of times that you have explored the content already. So the idea is that every player should have the opportunity to fully explore and obtain the rewards 3 times. So if you have already done 3 times through and obtained the rewards, you will be getting no keys sent to yourself, and then 2, you'll be getting 1 keys, etc., etc. They're also adding keys to the end of Act 6, so once you obtain that Thronebreaker title, you will then be able to go through the quest 3 times. If you haven't played through this quest, I highly recommend it. I do have a strategy guide up on the channel, which I will link to, that you can use to kind of replicate my run. It really is the best piece of content. It is like, difficulty level of kind of like Labyrinth-ish, Abyss-ish, but the duration of the content is much shorter, so it doesn't take, 7, 8, 10 hours to get through like, a path in Abyss could. So very much looking forward to getting through that a 3rd time. Number 5 are the buffs for January. Iron Man, Infinity War, and Wiccan have both been updated. There was a beta for these changes, so none of them should really be a surprise. Iron Man, a little less stressful to play. Still can't really see him getting much use offensively in Battlegrounds, but we'll see. Number 6, new relics for January. So we have 3 new relics will be added to the basic pool. Iron Fist, Valkyrie, and Captain America World War II. The spotlights for these relics should be available right now. We in the CCP were not giving any advanced information on them, so I know literally nothing about them other than their names, so I guess we'll all find out what they do together. Number 7 is a new fight stage. We haven't had a new fight stage in the game added since I think the Grandmaster fight, which is when they added the Danger Room, which is a very cool stage. This one also looks great. So this was kind of teased in the anniversary video and also in the champion reveal trailer, but Hashenstadt is, I think, how you pronounce it, which is the castle of Queen Hassan, who eventually becomes Morningstar and Guillotine 2099. It looks really cool. It also appears that Kabam is teasing a new Guillotine character with it. Check out Jay Axe's channel for a video discussing it if you're curious about that. Number 8, the Summoner's Choice voting is returning for 2023. The official count has already started tweeting out information about this. Voting will take place later this month in-game, and I think you will receive a profile picture for whichever champ you vote for, which is pretty cool. Full listed champs: Echo, Bullseye, Spider-Punk, White Tiger, Deathlock, Gladiator, Sunfire, and Marrow. Of these 8, I'm glad that they kind of went with a lot of lesser known contenders, right? Gladiator, I feel like I just can't vote for him. If we get another overpowered Cosmic Champ, I'm going to lose my mind. I'm kind of leaning either towards Deathlock or White Tiger. Both of those are very cool. I am actively voting against Bullseye because I just don't think he's that interesting of a character at all. But Deathlock to me looks very cool, like a souped-up mechanized version of Punisher 2099. So looking forward to getting that vote in. All right, number 9, last but not least, is this month's extensive list of bug fixes and known issues. Caught a few of these. You can look through them on your own if you'd like. The first one here is with Crossbones. So fixed an issue where Crossbones overrun cooldown was triggering while overrun is active. So this was a wild bug. For a little bit, you could enable pretty much endless use of the overrun mechanic, and he could ramp up his Furies in no time. It was super broken. So that is definitely getting fixed. Number 2, Bishop's Purify is no longer bypassing Apocalypse's anti-purify. I think FinTech reported this one. So previously, Bishop was able to purify bleed debuffs even when facing Apocalypse. This will no longer happen. That's a decent fix. And then last but not least is, where is it? Prestige. Relic Prestige will now affect Alliance Prestige. So if you are pushing for those top AQ spots, make sure you are buying the materials to rank up your relics from the Glory Store every week and get that prestige up. That's going to do it for this month, folks. It is jam-packed. Eternity of Pain, Grandmaster Gauntlet, everything. A lot of content to get done next month, along with the 2 new champions, Absorbing Man and Zemo. Very, very excited for both of them. Folks, if you enjoyed this, please let me know by hitting that like button. And as always, thank you very much for watching. We'll see you again next time.